Most of the data aspirants are facing data importing issue in MySQL. But why? I give an example. Suppose there is 10k records. While you are importing into MySQL, it accepting few records, otherwise showing error or failed. Hello ladies and gentlemen, once again welcome back to another video. Myself Salim, I am also a data aspirant. So today we break down this solution in two methods. Which you are interested, go with that. Here don't using Excel for data cleaning, just for finding how many records are there actually in our dataset. We know already 10k records are there in our dataset. So we just import our data into MySQL directly. In table section, I right click and import my table directly. Which table I importing? You must know this table is not using for in this purpose. Why means this is only the first method purpose. Now this data set will be importing into MySQL. Before you importing this data, you should change the date format. Okay, I will select the whole column, corner of the number format. I changing the format, and now I will change to US format. Why changing US format means here actually our date is Indian format, so we need to change US format. Here see year, month and date is showing. Okay, let's click OK and it will be updated successfully. Now save it. So just close it and now open the MySQL and here right click and directly table data import wizard, and I select my dataset in my path location. Here we get my dataset. Okay, now click next. Here see there is no existing table. We change the name here. I change with sales 1, so easily identify, and click next. Column here detected directly. Here I will use text to all the columns. After I will explain. Okay, in quantity section I will change this to text. Price per unit I will change to text. Total spend text. Payment method and date also text. Why I use text data type here? You know, if you use integer, it will accept only integer values, not string values. In our data set, in quantity section, we have error, means it will string quantity column. Then I click next. Here show log. You understood, I think. Now I click next. Let's see here, started data importing process. Here didn't get any issue. Okay, here successfully imported some records. How many records are there? I also don't know. So I click next. Here see 10k records are successfully recorded. Finish. I refresh my schema section. Here see sales 1 table is showing. I just select. Our output will be executed. Here see the blank values, unknown values, errors, all will be appeared here successfully. If you have doubt, I will show the count also. Here see 10k records are there. Here we just import our data set only. Here we didn't do any data cleaning work or data analyzing work. Okay, now we should start our data cleaning work. You just replace our values, unknown, error, blank values to null values. Then we will update our data type to their columns. Here transaction ID, there is no null value. We know in items column we have null values. Here selecting sales 1 table where item is unknown or error or blank to return. So I will execute this query. 525 items are returned. So we will update with null here. We will write update function. Here updating sales 1, set item is equal to null. Why we setting null here? Where the item is unknown or error or blank, it will be updated with null. Okay, now I will updating this. Here see 625 rows affected. Okay, now I will execute this once more. Let's see, there is no with unknown, error and blank in item column. Okay, same like that we will update in another columns also. Okay, I will execute this query. Okay, let's see, in quantity column we have error, unknown and blank columns are there. Update sales 1 table, set quantity is equal to null where quantity is unknown, error or blank to replace with null values. Okay, now I will executing. Here see 479 records are affected successfully. Once we check here, 0 rows. Okay, here also same like that, I replacing this quantity to total spend. Okay, here see, in payment method we have string values, so we just write like this. If you write like this, you will get error. Error means you didn't show any like these values, just to print all the rows. Okay, here see 10,000 rows are returned. Now I will executing payment method unknown, payment method error, or payment method blank. So now I will executing this query. Here see 3178 rows returned, right? Now we just replace this to null. I just copy this here successfully. All column unknown, error, or blank columns replace with null. Okay, now we just update each column their data type. Now here we describe our table. What actually I did here, describe sales table 1, execute. Here see transaction ID text, and here all data types are text. Now here modify the column with their equivalent data type. First we modify item. Item is varchar, we just leave it. Now the next one is transaction ID varchar, we just leave it. Transaction is text, okay, leave it. And coming to quantity, quantity is int, so we just leaving this item column. And coming to quantity, here I writing query like this, alter table, table name is sales1, and down modify column name is quantity, quantity is int. Okay, our quantity column is int, there is no double values, means like decimal values or float values are not there in quantity column, so we just modify this column. Execute this. Here see 10,000 rows are affected. Now I will select in schema section my table sales 1. Here see the quantity is int, successfully changed. If you check describe table, you will see quantity column is int. Okay, now same like that, we just modify another column, quantity after price per unit. Price per unit, you use this symbol price per unit, here all showing. Now this column have some decimal values, so we use decimal, and here we giving in brackets 10 comma 2. Why means 10 decimal values will be show and 2 point values will be show, like I will show here. Have 10 like this, point 2 decimal values. I will executing this price per unit with the decimal values. I did a mistake here, I didn't update price per unit. Here see the blank values or errors are showing. I forgot, I just skipped this column and go with the total spend. So I just copy this, I modify in between data. In the price per unit, I will replace total spend to price per unit. Price per unit. Okay, done. I will execute this query. Here see 533 records are there. Now I will execute one more time, updating null. Here affected. Okay, now come down, we modify this column with the decimal values. I will executing this. Here see successfully 10k rows are affected. If I refresh in schema, we see price per unit is decimal 10 comma 2. Same like that, I will just copy and come down. I will paste one more time and replace the price per unit to total spend. Okay, same like that, 10 comma 2 decimal values, some decimal values are there in this column, so we just execute this query one more time. Here 10k rows affected successfully, and here in schema I will refresh. Let's see, here total spend is decimal values. Okay, coming to next column, what column are there? Total spend after payment method. So we didn't touch anything here. Why means it automatically text, so we just leave it. And location also text, we just leave it. And coming to last one, transaction ID. Okay, now we modify the column transaction ID to date data type. Here see successfully 10k records are affected. Now we just refresh. We see, if you want full, I will describe this table. Here see transaction ID is text, item column is text, quantity is integer, price per unit is decimal, total spend is decimal, payment method text, location text, transaction date is date. Okay, finally done your work successfully. Congrats. If this video is helpful, like and do subscribe. Share with those friends who are facing this issue. Thank you for watching. I will see you on next one. Until take care, bye.